Your boy Halon's got another video for you. And this is another video game series video. Alright? But this one is Halo. This is Halo of all the games. All the games of Halo. That sounds really weird to say. I don't even know why I just said that. Anyways, whatever. Okay, listen. This is my ranking series of Halo as a whole. Halo games as a whole, I should say, because I'm going to come out with other ranking series of just Halo multiplayers and Halo campaigns. But this is the Halo game as a whole and where I feel like it fits as far as my personal taste. So I wanted to wait a little bit before I put out this video because I wanted to be able to play Infinite's campaign and beat it. I wanted to be able to also play the multiplayer too, which I have spent a lot of time playing the multiplayer. But I wanted to be able to beat the campaign first. So, without further ado, we have 10 Halo games to get through. Because I haven't really played Fireteam Raven and the Spartan Assault, and I believe there's like another spin-off of Spartan Assault or something of that nature. I have not had a chance to actually like get into those and play them too often. Haven't really had like that much of a chance to do it, so that's what we got going on here. But without further ado, here we go. At number 10, I got Halo 4. Halo 4 had a pretty decent campaign, and it was a kind of a good start by 343's part into the circuit, into the MLG circuit, getting a game back out there and getting it out there to the fans of Halo, the competitive fans of Halo, casual fans of Halo, and it was great. The story was good. However, just the multiplayer, I just didn't enjoy. I didn't enjoy the competitive aspect of multiplayer. I really didn't play Halo 4 too much competitive, but from the time that I did play competitive, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't really get a whole lot out of it. I just wasn't excited playing the game at all. Like, there was nothing to me that absolutely... I don't want to sound like I'm harping or trashing the game so much, but it was not... To me, it wasn't Halo. It was like, it tried to be Call of Duty in the future before Call of Duty became, you know, Advanced Warfare or IW, Black Ops 3... things like that. I just was not a massive fan of this game, so I had to put it at number 10. At number 9, Halo 5. Now, the only thing that gets Halo 5 above Halo 4, honestly, to me, was the multiplayer. I thought they did an absolutely excellent job with the multiplayer in Halo 5. The timers on the weapons, the power-ups, the maps were just better. The fact that we had 4 modes to play competitively, like, it was just better. I'm sorry. Yes, 4 modes. Okay, yes. 4 modes to play competitively. Like, I don't think Oddball was right there in the jump. I think it came later on in the game, but I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but I don't think that Oddball was down there where it needed to, or right there at the start. But anyways, the maps and stuff were great. It was a phenomenal multiplayer. Now, on the flip side, campaign, absolute garbage. Terrible, horrible. Just, that was not good Halo storytelling at all to me. Those were great characters that they had, and I just felt like it was such a botched story. Like, it was so bad. Like, it was like, to me, it was like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. Great characters, horrible story writing. Just was not good overall. I did not enjoy it. So, at number 9, we've got Halo 5. Now, number 7, I'm sorry, 7, I just skipped over. Number 8, Halo 3 ODST. I know a lot of you were freaking out when I said Halo 3 there for a second, but no. Halo 3 ODST. I put it way down at the bottom in the lower half of the top 10 or the 10 because of there just wasn't a whole lot to do with that game. The campaign was great. Originally, the project was supposed to be Firefight only, and to introduce Firefight into Halo, which Firefight was great. But they added a campaign and then made it a little bit more interesting, and they actually did somewhat of a decent story with it. So I put it there. And it, you know, it just overall just didn't have a whole lot to do on the game outside. Once you beat the campaign, you play the Firefight, you could get bored after Firefight after a while. So not really a whole lot to talk about with it. So at number 8, we have Halo 3 ODST. Number 7, this was a toss-up between 7 and 6. I really wasn't sure which one to put where, and I just kind of, you know, I had to break it down a little bit more. Even had to spend a little bit more time kind of going over some YouTube videos, playing the game a little bit more to see what I felt. But at number 7, I got Halo Wars 2. Halo Wars 2, the sequel to Halo Wars, was good. I can't say great, but it was good for what it was. It was pretty good. Wasn't great, phenomenal, but it was good. The campaign in that game I thought was pretty well done. Pretty great storytelling with the coming in, introducing the Banished, and giving the Spirit of Fire a whole new enemy to fight that was a lot more dangerous than even the Flood, I feel like, or the Covenant. But to me, the multiplayer in this game kind of regressed. I felt like the multiplayer compared to the first one was just not as good. Like it was different, and there were obviously you're gonna expect different things with different games, new power-ups or new different equipments, guns, things like that, etc., etc. But I just felt like this game it didn't fit me well. Like I just didn't enjoy playing it at all. So I played the multiplayer, and I would play with friends, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it. However, the story was pretty good. I have to give them credit on the story. It was very well. So number 7, Halo Wars 2. So we're going into number 6, Halo Reach. Now, Halo Reach was the first Halo that I played as a teenager. And when I say teenager, I mean like 15, 16, 17. This was the first one I played as a teenager. And I got this one at number 6 because, once again, the campaign was pretty good in this game. Like, we all knew how it was going to end. I mean, we didn't know necessarily that all the characters, were just going to... I mean, we could have made, assumptions that all the characters were going to die, but nobody really knew all the characters were going to die right off the bat. So, as the story progressed, you could kind of tell. But it was a pretty good story, and it was a great prologue or precursor, prequel, whatever word you want to use, to Halo Combat Evolved. It was great. It was awesome. I enjoyed playing it. It was a really, really fun time. But the multiplayer, competitive wise with this game, I'm not a massive fan. Not a massive fan of it. Was not my favorite thing. I didn't like the power-ups, the armor lock, and I didn't like that sprint. I always felt, as Halo games progress, I always felt like sprint should have always been something Spartan, super soldier, non-normal humans should be able to do. No problem. But I know a lot of people are pitchforks against sprint being in Halo, which doesn't make any sense to me. That basically a superhuman Captain America tank walking around can't move faster than an elite or a grunt, like, come on. Anyways, so I got Halo Reach at number 6. Multiplayer campaign was good. Multiplayer just was like, 50-50. Now, number 5, little controversial for some people, but I feel like I had to put it there. Halo Combat Evolved, the very first Halo, the one that started it all. I put it at number 5. I couldn't put it any higher for the simple fact that I just feel like the game's a little dated to this day. And eventually all the games, I feel like most of the games will be dated to this day. But I really feel like this one was, with the way the multiplayer works and how there's just some silly things in Combat Evolved when you look at how the mechanics of some of the, even Halo 2, and Halo 3. There's just some mechanics within Halo 1 that are just a little clunky for me. So, but I absolutely campaign blown out of this world, like amazing, great story. Halo, fighting the Covenant for 5 missions, and then you get hit with what a lot of us called space zombies, the Flood. Like you get hit with that midway through the game. There was no, like telling of that in the game. There was no hint or anything about it. There was no spoiler of it on the cover, nothing. Like nobody knew anything about the Flood, and then you just get hit with it in that 343 Guilty Spark mission, which was awesome. It was phenomenal. Multiplayer was great. Like multiplayer all the way around, it was great. It was phenomenal. It's just, it was so fun to play. Like I remember going to my friends' houses, and we managed to get 4 Xboxes linked up together, and we got 16 8-year-olds, 16, 6 and 7 8-year-olds playing in a basement, all on big screen TVs playing Halo together against each other. The blue team on one side, the red team on the other. Big team battles going on, or small 4v4 battles, or giant free-for-all lobbies. Like, we just all had a great time doing that. But as I said, I had to put it down there, some of the clunky mechanics, and it was a little dated to this day. Not a whole lot of replay value that I enjoy too much playing it now. So, but Halo Combat Evolved at number 5. Number 4. This is going to be controversial for a lot of people, and I know it is. So, you know what? I'm not even going to hide anymore. Halo 3. I got Halo 3 at number 4. Halo 3 was probably my least favorite of the original trilogy, even though I have Combat Evolved at number 5. 3 still had some replay value to this day somewhat, but it was definitely my least favorite. The story was great. The multiplayer was great. It was the first Halo I had won a couple local tournaments in, but, you know, playing it now, like, I just, like, you know, this is my opinion now of these games. Like, I don't enjoy that game. I do not enjoy playing Halo 3. Like, when I played Master Chief Collection, I would avoid playing Halo. Like, I would take Halo 3 maps off for multiplayer. Like, I did not want to play Halo 3 at all. Had no desire to play it, but because of the core multiplayer and how the multiplayer works in the campaign, I can't put it at the bottom. But I personally just did not want to play it, so I avoided it at all costs, whatever I had to do. So number 4, Halo 3. Now my top 3. Let's get into it. At number 3, I have the newest Halo, Halo Infinite. I have enjoyed playing this game so much. The fact that a ranked playlist with maps and modes had come out right away. We all expected the modes, but the maps coming out right away with a ranked playlist, a good ranked playlist. I feel like a pretty fair, evenly matched ranked playlist, at least from my perspective. I know other people have had complaints and problems with it getting matched with golds when they're diamonds or onyx. And there's getting like 4 stacked onyxes on the other team playing against them because of their personal rank. I know, I understand, but just overall aspect of the multiplayer of this game, I felt like is great. The campaign, the story is pretty good. I was not sure about it. I was very skeptical at first. A lot of my friends, I told them I was very skeptical about playing kind of an open world Halo, and in the Master Chief saga, I was a little, you know, concerning about that with the way it was going to work. But I was completely wrong. It was great. It was phenomenal. I enjoyed the story of Halo Infinite. I think they did a fantastic job. So. But Halo Infinite number 3. And number 2, I got Halo Wars, the original. This game, when it first came out, I was not a fan of RTS's real-time strategy games at all. Not a fan of them. Didn't care for them. Don't like them. Still kind of not the massive, or still not the biggest fan of them. But when this game first came out, I was kind of like, you know, Halo Wars, I seen like massive like battles, and I was like, oh my goodness, like FPS massive battle, and I get into the game and it's an RTS, and I didn't even know what an RTS was at the time. So, but I gave it, I think, what, 2 years, a year. I came back, I played it, I learned it, and I played the campaign, and I fell in love with this game immediately. Like, it's my number 2 Halo of all time. Like, I spent so many, when I wasn't playing competitive Call of Duty back in the day, playing Black Ops 1 or Modern Warfare 3, whatever the newest game was, I was playing Halo Wars 2. I was playing nothing but Halo Wars 2. Like, I was playing 3v3s, 2v2s, 1v1s. Like, I was playing I'm sorry, not Halo Wars 2, but Halo Wars, the original. I was playing Halo Wars all the time, like, all the time. I was putting so much time and effort. Like, I wish I could go back get a 360 and see how many hours I have in that game, because I know I have a lot. I know I have to have over 200 hours in that game. Like, I just played and played and played. But at number 2, Halo Wars, I can't really say too much else about that game. Story, multiplayer, just everything is great. Now, drum roll please. Number 1, I'm sure you've all figured it out. Halo 2. And when Master Chief Collection came out and Halo Wars 2 Anniversary was shown, it only got better for me. It signified as the greatest Halo I've ever played. Halo 2, just the follow-up to Combat Evolved, it was like, what can you do to top this? And they did it. They brought in the fact, because there were so many, there were little minor complaints, nothing that ruined Combat Evolved, but things that we wanted to do as fans to experience Halo as a whole. We wanted to play as the Covenant. We wanted to see things from the Covenant's perspective. We wanted to use the energy sword. We wanted to use the fuel rod gun, even though I know PC could do it, but console could not. We wanted to be able to do those things. And then we wanted to be able to play, you know, multiplayer eventually online, kind of like World of Warcraft. And they brought all of that to us with Halo 2. The story, the campaign, just even now, just playing it, I've played the campaign of that game so many times, and now as an adult, you know, looking back as a kid, it's like, this was just such great storytelling. Like, they knew what they had a plan. They knew what they were doing. It was so great, so phenomenal. The Arbiter story was great. Master Chief's story within that game was great. Like, and they cultivated it together, and then it all made sense. It connected. It's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now. It's phenomenal storytelling. It was great by Bungie. The multiplayer, man, I can't even say enough great things about that multiplayer. Being able to play online in big team battles. I played in a few 1v1 and free-for-all tournaments with that game. It's kind of where I got my start with competitive gaming. It just was no longer do we have to worry about trying to get everybody together, you know, with all my friends in elementary school and their cousins and their family members that played with us in Combat Evolved. It was no longer about worrying about getting everybody to somebody's house to play. You know, we still did that, but it was like now if we couldn't do it, like we had the capability of playing online. Like everybody could get online and play together from their houses. We all had mics. We talked to each other. Like it was just so phenomenal. I can't say enough great things about Halo 2. With the remaster, you know, I wish the only gripe I had about the remasters, I wish they would have remastered all the multiplayer maps. I really wish they would have, because I think it would have been great and phenomenal. At least just as many as possible, because I know there were some in the rotation that they didn't put out there. There was a lot that they did put, but there was some they didn't. I wish they would have, because there were a lot of Halo 2 maps that I quite frankly enjoyed, even though they were kind of real lopsided at times. There were a lot of them that I did enjoy. So, but there's my list, guys. I'll go it over for you one more time. You know, at number 10 we got Halo 4, Halo 5, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Wars 2, Halo Reach, Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 3, Halo Infinite, Halo Wars, and Halo 2. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Come back for new content. Like I said, I got 2 more Halo videos coming out, ranking the campaigns and the multiplayers of all these games. Let me know what your list is down in the comments. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, you like my list, you hate it, let's have a conversation about it. Let's be civil about it too. So, all right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.